The seizure of guns from homes in High River during the 2013 flood angered owners and fostered mistrust of the RCMP.
Today, the RCMP watchdog has released a report on the controversial seizure, and it was highly critical of the move. Jenna Freeman is in High River with more details and reaction. Jenna.
Yeah, we spoke with several residents on this street where they say that they had their doors kicked in. In one case, a man says that his son actually had a firearm seized from their property. Now, in this report, it says that officers were well within their rights to enter these homes given the state of emergency. However, it does say that in some cases that the RCMP exceeded their authority when it came to seizing firearms from homes where the guns were properly secure. Overall, it points to the fact that there seemed to be communication problems within the RCMP during the time of the floods, as well as when it came to communicating with residents. We spoke with one man who had his door kicked in, and his son had a firearm that was taken from the home, which was properly secured away at the time. He says it wasn't even about whether officers were within the law. He just wondered why they were even at the house, as it was well after the flood had initially hit.
They kicked the doors in. I mean, they had no business kicking the doors in. And most of this stuff was done several days after the flood. It wasn't, and they came back to look for guns that people had. I mean, there was no other reason to come and say, well, that they were looking for people who were still in the houses.
Danielle Smith is the MLA for this area, and at the time she was acting as leader of the opposition Wild Rose Party. At the time, she expressed anger about the damage that was done to property here in High River when RCMP did enter and look for firearms. She also raised flags about the seizure of those firearms. She held a town hall for residents to express their opinions on how they think RCMP behaved during the time. She says that she has looked at the report. She thinks that it is fair and balanced, and she says that there are some policies that need to be put in place within the RCMP across the country to clarify what authority officers have and when.
It's when they went outside the operation of the EOC and the Emergency Management Act, returning to homes a second time, searching homes, seizing property, and then failing to report it to the justice. Those are the areas where clearly they need to have better policies and protocols. You're just not allowed to do that under the current legislation that we have. And I'm hoping that the RCMP chain of command takes this seriously and implements it across the entire country, because this could happen in another community. And I think that to be able to maintain the confidence that our frontline public officers need to be able to do the work that they need to do, that it's important that these policies get implemented.
Smith adds that she does think that the anger from residents around these issues has since dissipated since the floods. Now, we did speak with the CRCC this morning, and it says that these recommendations and this report has been presented to RCMP, and so far it has been well received. The report does have 52 findings and 10 recommendations, all of which that can be found on our website at globalnews.ca/Calgary. Dallas, Scott?
Thanks, Jenna.